Okay, where the fuck you at? Mr. Cyclops, where you at? And that's my boy, by the way, and I'll fuck you up if you say anything about him. In a negative way, that's my dude. It's one person on this planet I can hang with and not fucking have to worry about what I say or what I do. Get your ass up here. Seriously. A squeaky chair is what it is. I heard a really fucked up joke, and it's what is a reverse? Um, okay, here goes. Sorry, I'm gonna get it straight. What is a reverse exorcism? It's when the devil turns up and tells the priest to get out of the child. Just so you know, like, yeah, there's some really fucked up shit going on around in the world, but yeah, that is true to form. Again, nobody wants to take me anywhere because I find the loophole. I find all sorts of bullshit. I did, bitch. Deal with it. Get your ass up here. Thank you for understanding about the other night and not making it a big deal. No, dude, you turned off as I was like, you're going to get 5 minutes of my time, then I'm fucking off. There's a StreamYard link right there. Get your ass up here, boy. Or else I'll fight you, boy. Hang on. Red hair, green eyes. I need to hear you go, stop it. Because I will literally start flying off my straight like chair, and I ain't the only one. I love when my girls lurk. But dude, there are so many women on here that are just like, make him speak. Please make him speak. Because I want to slide off the chair at work. And I'm like, fuck off. Oh no, you did not. Bro, there's so many chicks I know that are just like right now playing with themselves, waiting for your voice to turn up and go boom, boom. Or just talk to me. If you talk to me and they still get moist, bruh, you got no idea. I know some bitches that are all sorts of fucked up and they're happy to linger in the background. But like I said to him, look, he's a married man. You all need to fucking sit and stay because it ain't cool. He's got a whole wife. Shut the fuck up and chill out. I would never ever do that. Like, I have my limits. And it's called being fucking respectful. And as Stacks will tell you, I ain't the one for the bullshit. I'm just not. I love him and his wife. They're fabulous people. I ain't giving you 2 minutes, motherfucker. I'm going to give you like 60 seconds. Get up here. God damn it. Stop being a bitch. You don't need to fix your face or any shit. You just need to turn up voice wise. So get up here. God damn it, boy. So yeah, it's probably about 10 minutes. It's more like 10 minutes after I fucking just finished giving you shit because I can, because I'm an Aussie chick with red hair, green eyes. Bro, when you hear his reaction to that, which is stop it, that voice, god damn it. I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't married, I would happily move to that country and fuck his brains out. Or I'm not supposed to say that. I'm sorry. But it is what it is. And slut, apparently. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to play into the slut role. You want me to slut around? Fine. I'll slut around. He's a happily married dude. I'd never do that. Like, when you're married, and that's it. I think I just broke him. D's nuts. Fuck you, D's nuts. No, seriously, like people are still saying shit to me. I'm just like, okay, you want me to be that persona? Fine. I'm going to move to Tennessee and I'm going to fuck Stax's brains out. And they're just like, oh my god, you're such a slut. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, man. Shut the fuck up. I'd never disrespect his wife like that. Fuck off. But you believe what you want to believe. I don't give a fuck anymore.
They'll be all right.
I know it'll be all right. But please hang on a second. I really need to hear those two words in your tone. Red hair, green eyes.
Stop. Just stop.
Damn it. Spank me. You can spank me later.
Oh, hey, before I get you told that little joke earlier. That reminded me of another goofy joke.
Okay.
Um,
Was it funny or not? Because I'm like, I burst out laughing when I heard it. I thought it was the funniest shit ever.
yeah, yeah.
Like, my mate won't take me to St. Vincent de Paul, right? Because when I walked into I walked in there and they've got this like fucking statue of a priest holding a baby in his left arm and holding the hand of a boy next to him. And I've just looked up and gone, well, that didn't age well. I got kicked out of the motherfucking St. Vinny's de Paul secondhand apart like shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm being honest. It did not age well. Like, there's a whole priest holding a baby and the hand of a little boy. I'm sorry, but that did not age well.
Not at all.
Am I wrong? Because, like, this bitch was just going off ahead, and I just turned around and saw me outside, and she's just like, I'm going to call the cops. And I went, well, don't threaten to fight me, fuck yeah, unless you're willing to back it up. That's some fucked up bullshit.
Everybody called the cops anytime someone offended a Catholic. Cop phone would never stop ringing.
Okay. I was a Catholic girl, but I'm telling you right now, I am the sort of naughty that will get you fired from your job and fuck your whole world up.
All right, see if you can answer this one. You ready?
Yep.
What does a dyslexic atheist say?
I have no idea.
There is no dog. I always liked that one. I heard that.
That was good.
That a long time ago. It kind of stuck. I thought it was hilarious.
That's so good. Yeah. My joke apparently offended some people. I'm like, I'm sorry, but hello, have you met me?
Yeah, if you read the newspaper or watched.
Yeah, they got a few of them got in their feelings about it and privately DM'd me, and I went, well, we could no longer be friends. Fuck off. And I've just ended it like that. Because I just don't have time for people that don't take shit seriously. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah. Dude, I just made a Brass Barrel 6 Jarvis Walker's swivels into a chain.
Into a chain.
Mm-hmm. Neck chain as well as bracelet. Oh, and anklet.
See a picture of that. That would be
Yeah.
cool.
I'll email it to you. No, I've got, like, I really want y'all to just fucking, if you can send $10 their way, send $10 their way. It's called the Duke House, DUKE.
Yeah.
HOUSE. These people, like when I was in New Zealand, I just kind of driving by, and I pulled up outside this place, and I was just like, oh, okay. So I went and knocked on the door because they've got like sheep, chickens, roosters, fucking gardens everywhere and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I rocked up there, and I was like, my mate was with me, and he didn't tell me till afterwards that his uncle actually like owned all of this shit. He is related to a billionaire and shit like that. And he just says, I would never ever actually say it to you. Because I was just like, I'd really love to set up like an animal shelter somewhere close by to that. But what they do is, it's an amazing thing they do. They absolutely, like, I don't know. Have you all ever seen Once Were Warriors?
What warriors?
Once Were Warriors. It's a Kiwi thing, a New Zealand thing.
No, that's a new one on me.
So I met the person that was in charge of it, and I really would love if you all just kind of like sent $5 or $10 their way. I'll put like the email address in there.
Mm-hmm.
But what they do is they actually take severely, like, they get phone calls from hospitals all the time that say, like, this kid tried to kill himself, and we can't help this person. So what they do is they literally take those sorts of kids in and, like, teach them how to meditate, teach them how to survive in the real world with real skills. They just are amazing. Because I didn't realize that the chick that was sewing me around knew one of my mates that was hanging around at the same time. I didn't realize that they're both actually kind of like, it was his uncle that ran that place. Like, to me, it was just like, okay, I need to pull over and take a piss. And so I did what I had to do, and then I looked up and went, Duke House. Okay, what the fuck is this about? So I went and banged on the door and went, hello, how are you? As you do. And yeah, no, but these people that do all this shit are amazing. Kids go to school and come back, and they've never ever in their entire life been taught how to cook, how to clean, how all the basic skills in life. These kids have missed out on because they've been brought up in extremely violent backgrounds. Like, I was there, and one of the gardeners was just like, why does she cut herself like that? Because she's got cuts all up and down her arms. And I just went, you're not the right person for this fucking job. You need to fuck off. And I didn't even, I was there like 30 minutes before I lost my shit with this person. I was just like, no, what you're not going to do is judge these kids, because, yeah, they're doing what they're doing for a reason. They don't do it for fun. They do it because their life is severely fucked up.
Well, anyone that legitimately helps out kids in any kind of need, I mean, that's a noble cause.
But they're like, the chick that's there is fucking amazing. Like, she is so fucking chill. And she like realized that she was like showing me around, because I really wanted to see what it was all about. The second she said, we're here as a public service to take those kids in that are trying to kill themselves, and we're here to teach them life, all sorts of stuff. And that shit it broke my heart that these kids were at a point where they're thinking death is an option.
Well, the fact that a place like that just exists lets them know that there's somebody out there that cares.
Yeah.
And that in itself can make all the difference in the world,
Exactly. Like, the young bucks there, the young boys there are all about, let's make jewelry and shit like that. But they're not allowed to, like, because of the insurance, it's hard. But yeah, I sat down and talked with Tina, and it was all about, like, she was just like, yeah, it's kind of hard for us. So what did I do? I bought a packet of swivels and turned it into a, like, necklace and a bracelet and an anklet where they could like put charms on, or do you know what I mean? And they're not ready for the real world. That's fine. So why don't we set up a website where they can sell the things they've made, and they're not they don't feel like they're useless. They don't feel like they're not a part of society, etc., etc., etc. They're just like, it's a slow confidence builder, and she's just like, oh my god, can you do that? And I went, yes. So I've made a lot of stuff, and I've just kind of like sent it and posted it and just sent her the video link with it and all, so that she knows. And these kids won't have access to long lengths of wire or long lengths of rope because of the insurance policy the way it is and stuff like that. And she's just like, so you can work around it. And I went, absolutely. For you, absolutely. And she was so stoked. And I'm like, what did I do wrong here? Like, why are you so happy? I'm confused. She just goes in tears. She just goes, you have no idea how much that means to us right now. And I'm like, look, you
Somebody
told
else
me
gave
there
her
was
that.
a problem. No, she told me there was a problem. I worked out how to get around it, including like actually wire wrapping gemstones and stuff like that. There's a set amount of wire that they can cut up and give to said child who's like 18 years or a little bit younger, etc. So anyone from 18 years and under, they take in and look after. And I did a whole like educational fucking like disc and posted it to her. And I said, it is absolutely 100% in your hands whether you're willing to let these kids have access to wire or not. And then I kind of like sent her access to websites that were like at a point where, I don't know how to put it, at a point where it would not, like, there is no way these kids could possibly kill themselves with anything that was given.
Yeah.
It has to be that way, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But these kids go to school normally, and they set themselves up in a position, like in an area where it was the highest rate of kids killing themselves. They were at that level, and
Mm.
she rocked in, and she's just like, this is absolutely unacceptable. And so yeah, she's gone from 0 to 100, and now she's running a house that's all for the kids, and they're taught to clean, they're taught to cook, they're taught to just go down and hang out the river, and do you know what I mean, and just watch the wildlife and just learn to chill. And there's sheep, there's chickens, do you know what I mean? It's just they've got their own garden, they're growing shit in, and all I did was write down like, look, this is my email address. Please send me an email. And I love the fact that you're challenging my fucking like jury making skills, etc. I'm totally down for that. And so yeah, I've made a lot of alternative options, and I've given them exact measurements of like wire and what they need, etc., to be able to successfully do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just gone all like like, can you imagine a kid walking out? She's got scars up and down her arms. She's gone from a point where she could not speak.
I've
She
seen it.
couldn't.
I've seen it. It's
And
heartbreaking.
then she's like walked past this gardener, and then the gardener's gone to the seat, like the chick that's run the place, and gone, why does she do that? Just put a shovel in her hand. She'll be right. And I looked at this chick and I went, I hope you fired that cunt on the spot. Just saying. Absolutely should have fired him on the spot, because he's not the one to be around these kids. He's just not.
Well, most people aren't wired to deal with something like that.
Yeah, but to say it's easily fixed by putting a shovel in her hand so she can dig a hole and just keep working.
He's just proving his ignorance.
Ignorance and then some. It's well on my shoulder sort of just go, okay. So it's all you gotta do is type in New Zealand, DUKE space HOUSE. If you could just email, I think that, hang on, Let me look into my phone. Okay, the chick's name is Tina, Tina. So yeah, if you like, the email address is up there and everything, but like, my mate's uncle is a billionaire. I don't really rock with people like that, and he knows that. And it wasn't like until I'd finished meeting said persons that, because like I literally just saw sheep and chickens, and I didn't see the house. So I was just like, okay, I gotta pee, so I'm gonna pee. So I went and peed, and I came out, and then I looked up, and then all these sheep are like neighing at, like barring at me to come pat them. So of course, me being me, I went across the road and I gave him a good stretch, and then she came down and she saw me and she was talking to me and shit like that, and I was like, okay, no problem. And so yeah, I hung out with her for a bit, and I got to know like what the entire place was about. And I can tell you right now, any money that's given to them, they use like just to be able to introduce these kids into nature. Like, I have told them, go fishing, but make sure that you measure. If you got a problem with what them using the wrong sorts of like rope for the wrong sorts of reasons, that's valid. All you've got to do is measure the amount of like wire or like fishing line you put on there. And at the end of the day, if you're not sort of like comfortable with that, don't do it. Because I'm kind of like, okay, you've got all different levels of kids here. And I love the fact that all local businesses 100% support this one place. But like this teen chick went there because it was one of the highest as far as suicide went of young people. And I'm just like, dude, you got no idea how much I respect that right now. Like, that's some amazing shit. And she's English from the UK, which kind of threw me because when she started talking, I've looked at her and gone, "You're not a fucking Kiwi." She just burst out laughing. But that chick's literally, if anyone's got any sort of way to help them, send them $10, send them $5. Just, you know what I mean? Like, they've got access to a billionaire, but it's a charity, so yeah. It's I like they've finally just been able to afford to put an extra, like, you know how they've got those tiny homes sort of things, that but imagine those in a halfway where they're in half, where they've got just a couch and a table, like a coffee table and a chair. So the young'un sits on the comfortable couch, the counselor then sits on the chair that's spare, and there's a coffee table there because like there's a Coke machine on there now. I kind of spent some money on them. They've now got a Coke machine and they've now got like a chip machine. It's not going to cost them anything. They can just hit whatever buttons they want and what they want to eat, and then yeah. But I had to get permission for each and every snack because obviously I had to make sure that I wasn't successfully giving them anything to end their lives, which is weird to say in real life, but yeah, it's true. But yeah, this chick's amazing, man. You've got no idea. She's an absolute fucking sweetheart. And if anyone can help her, I'm 100% down for that. Please, just if you're going to send $5, send them $5 because they're amazing.
Yeah,
She's got.
I don't
Sorry.
have any kind of electronic payments. I'm old school.
Yeah,
but
totally.
I've got a lot of people, like local friends and a lot of friends on YouTube. I mean, like a few days ago, one of Shroom Day's buddies was selling a bunch of silver, and I wanted um, 3 10-ounce bars, and I said, "Well, you go ahead and send in the money through PayPal,
Yeah.
and I can either mail you a postal postal money order, or I can have one of the kids run down to Walmart and wire it to his local Walmart. And
Yeah.
he was kind of needing his money back quick. So I just gave him the money. I think it was like $2,100 for 3 10-ounce bars. Give Give him the money for that. Gave him the money that it would have cost to wire it, and had it wire it to the his local Walmart. And it's kind of like a Western Union, but Walmart does it now, which is like a, I don't know. I'm sure you've heard about Walmart, but
Mm.
and as soon as they
I
wire.
never ever like if I ever come to America, trust and believe, I never ever want to experience a fucking Walmart.
I
Because
don't
the
go.
shit I see online, I'm just like, motherfucker, no, hell no.
I haven't been in a Walmart in 15 years. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even. I don't go to grocery stores. I don't go shopping. I'll do a little bit of Christmas shopping one day every year. But if I know what I need to get, I'll usually pay one of my daughters a little money and have them go wherever they need to go to get it, and have them pick it
Absolutely.
up for me, because I don't shop. I don't like being around a bunch of assholes. I just
Yeah, I'm not that person either. If I can get it delivered, I absolutely will, and I'll never ever step outside. Like when I found out everybody like that, all the companies that I was like needed as far as like uh canvases, etc. Right, I got all that shit and stuff like that during COVID, and they're still willing to deliver it to me. So they deliver it to me, but then I've got to drive an hour to pick it up because I don't want anyone to know where I live. But it is what it is. But when I found out that all these businesses, Coles, Woolworths, Aldi's, which are all like grocery sort of people,
hmm
I, I literally is just like, hallelujah, I do not have to deal with people. I've given them specific instructions to drop it outside my house and then fuck off. I don't want to interact with you. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. You get paid to deliver shit to me. Fuck off. But yeah, when I found out about this house, I was like really stoked. I was just like, Jesus Christ, this is amazing. And like, she didn't have to, but I was walking halfway down the fucking driveway to walk out. And she's just gone, hold up a second, hold up a second, hold up a second. I'm like, hey, I didn't know. Dude, are you spanking the monkey?
packet packet some smokes.
Sound
No,
like you're spanking the
I'm
monkey.
saving that till we get off of
You're gonna get me in so much trouble.
here.
So much trouble. But yeah, I was just kind of like, yeah. So anybody who can type in Duke House, NEW Zealand, which is sorry, yeah, Zealand. So if you put in Duke House, New Zealand, it'll pop up. And they can do whatever's like 100% of the fucking funding and stuff. If you all just give them $5 each, that'd be amazing. Like, I really just want to give them, because I've told them, like, when we went for a walk to the, like, through the place, she showed me and she was just like, look at the eel. I've looked down and I've gone, and I don't normally swear in front of people when I just met them because of the way I was raised. I've just looked down and gone, that's a big motherfucker. My mate went like absolutely white. And I looked at him and I'm just like, why are you going white right now? I'm confused, in my head. And then we went up around that and went up to the back of the, like near the back of the property. And they've got a handmade bench. And they've got from the Bunnings, they've got a Buddha statue. So the kids can go there and just be with nature because there's a lot of wild goats around and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. They've got a place to go and hang out. And I've just gone, look, y'all need a yurt. They're like, what the fuck is a yurt? And I explained it to them. And they're just like, yeah. And I said, you need to get some of those Tibetan singing bowls so that the kids can get involved. And so I gave them what money I could because, as you know, I'm still kind of like paying from who just came on shit. So I gave them what I could. And it was enough to get like a yurt. It was enough to get some of those Tibetan singing bowls sort of thing. And I came back when I was just about like, we've been traveling everywhere, and then it's just like when I come back, I just came back and went through, and I just stopped and just went, I'm leaving the country right now, and I just gave her a hug and shit like that, and she got all emotional. I'm just like, I don't know what to do in this situation. I am so confused because like any decent human being would just see what they're trying to do. And would just go, yep, no problems, I got you, and I'll give you what I can when I can. And I didn't realize that when I gave that donation, my fucking name turned up. She's just like, your first name's Rogue. And I went, yes, it is. She's just like, oh. And then she's just like, research me a little, obviously. And she's just gone, oh, so you've got like, you're an artist. And I went, yeah. I got confused why she was kind of questioning me on that. I was just like, okay, what? I just gave you what money I could spare. I'm gonna hop on a plane and go home. I'll be able to live another week or two without that money. I'm just gonna have to work a bit harder and pay off each's chemo bill. But it's not a problem really at the end of the day. It really isn't. Absolutely not a problem. She's doing what she has to do to make sure that those babies are safe. And I'm good with that.
Yeah. Well, you should be.
Those babies are, yeah. She goes, you picked the perfect time to come visit. And I'm just like, what? Why? And I was confused for a while. Just to say I'm absolute. I was confused for a fair while. Until I kind of like got down to the Buddha statue. And then I was just like, oh, so this lady rescues kids that are suicidal to the point where they like have really damaged themselves physically to make this sort of happen. That she's kind of like the den mother. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And she makes sure each and every one of those kids is taken care of. But again, like I said to her, if one of the gardeners says, why did she cut herself like that? You should just give her a shovel and give her work and then she'll get over it. And I'm just like, I've looked at this chick and I've gone, I would absolutely fire this cunt on the spot. And she's like, why? I said, because he is not with the program. He really isn't. He's standing back and judging this kid unfairly. You need to tell him to go fuck himself. She's like, but if I do that, then it's going to be. I said, I can guarantee you that young fella that was next to him that made zero reaction, he just did his job. Pay him the money you'd pay the other asshole. And I can guarantee you that hell no. Because if you get kicked off a fucking farm area because you've judged a kid on their suicide, I'm sorry, but the entire fucking neighborhood in the area refused to hire this guy again.
Yeah.
She goes, you're a very, very stern sort of person. I went, no, I'm just truthful, man. I can tell you right now, if it was my daughter and she's in your care because she's been cutting and hurting herself, and she came to you and she couldn't speak, for like a month and a half, she never spoke a word. Instead, all you did was just go for walks with her, give her bread to feed like the sheep. Do you know what I mean? They were just totally patient with her. Because she had been through some serious shit. And the chick was just like, oh, you used to live over here? And I went, yeah, for 12 months. And she's like, well, why did you leave? And I turned around and I said, I had an abusive ex-husband. Like, that can't nearly put me 6 foot under 3 times. So, and she's just like, oh, so you got it. Yeah. And all I can tell you right now is just stand and wait. Wait till she's ready. Because you'll never be able to get anything out of her while she's in the position she's in, which
Yeah.
is she doesn't have any power in her eyes. You need to kind of like tell her she has all the power within her. It's just reaching that is sort of like, the problem. And then I taught them how to like just properly set up a fire in the front of the area.
Mm-hmm.
And like this, my mate's uncle goes fundraising kind of like for golf and shit like that. And I could have met him, but I was just like, I don't think he'd like me very much. I really don't. And my mate's going, you're probably right, but at the same time, you would absolutely 100% just get in his face and just go get the fuck over it. Because he explains to me people like Hooch, he's just like, once she's there, you've just got to fucking deal with it. And if you don't like it, she doesn't give a fuck. And so he was kind of like very protective of me, and I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Not protective in a sexual way, just, do you know what I mean? That's my mate.
Yeah.
So he was just like, yeah, no, you've got the wrong one for your bullshit. So yeah, but anybody can fucking help. Even $5 means something. So yeah, I put the link in chat, but it's literally called DUKE space HOUSE. So it's Duke House, and then just type in New Zealand, and it'll come up with like a fucking picture and shit, and it'll explain like they're the link that has been the ones to fail and shit. And I'm trying to save up some money so that I can buy a property kind of like 3 doors down from there, which is probably a 2 kilometer walk for those children if they wanted to come hang out and pat the animals and feed them and shit. And I've just told her, look, as soon as I get everything sorted financially, like, again, still paying for who's just chemo, but when I'm finished paying for it, I'll happily move back to New Zealand to where they're like close by, but not in my business or in my face. And I'll happily just kind of like, because the place I was looking at is derelict, but there's 3 sort of like small, tiny homes in there in the back. And there's a lot of room for animals. So I'm just like sitting there going, cool. Because guess what? I would love to, like, for the rest of my life, just to rescue animals that are being fucking abused. Absolutely. And she's just like, we have 3 pit bulls here, but they just don't listen. No, really. She's gone, yes. I went, sorry, had to wet the lips. I went, okay, so where are they? And she's gone, oh, here. And she's pointed to the stable area. And I went, what's the deal? Like, you need to tell me more. And she's told me more. And I've just laughed at her and I've gone, okay, give me 2 seconds. I've opened the door, walked in. Like, I've opened the door and shut it behind me, walked in, and I've just walked into each and every one of the whole 3 pit bulls. I've gotten so close to their face, it's not a fucking joke. And then when I walked out after 30 minutes of training, when I walked them out, they were all just connected to my knee, basically. I had one on each side of me and another one directly behind me, and we just walked the farm. And I went, you've got to be dominant with this race. You cannot play around with this race of dog. You just can't fuck with that because pit bulls are a serious commitment. And she
Yeah.
goes, I just found them as puppies and I've gone, and they want to attack you now. You're not being the alpha. They need an alpha, either a female alpha or a male alpha.
Yeah, you gotta establish the pecking order.
Mm-hmm. You got to accept fucking dominance.
Excuse me.
If you're not a dominant personality, and like I explained to her, look, pit bulls are not to be played with, for number one. For number two, I will 100% absolutely fucking. I want to be on holiday here, but I'll fucking teach you like the basic 10. Do you know what I mean? And I got a phone call before I turned up to say goodbye before I left for the airport. And she's just like, oh my God, these dogs are amazing and stuff like that. And I'm just going, yeah. And she sent me photos of these kids with these pit bulls. And I've gone, see, the thing you got to understand about pit bulls is they can pick up when something's not right. They're a very emotional sort of dog. So it doesn't matter if you're covered in scars. These dogs just look at you and go, I need to lick your face off. I'm sorry, but I do. That is just the deal. I'm going to lick you until you giggle, and that is it. And so she sent me all these videos, and I burst out laughing and just going, look at this, boys. And they've all just gone, Jesus Christ. And you're saying to me that these dogs are locked in a shed and they're too vicious. And I went, yeah, it's all about the person, not the fucking dog.
Yeah, it's not about bad dogs. It's about bad owners.
Yeah, so she got fucked up and fucked over, and I'm just like, give me 30 minutes with these dogs to an hour, and I got you. I only needed like 20 minutes, and then I was walking, and they all stood behind me and walked. She's like, how did you do that? I went, it's as simple as this, right? You need to desex those two, because the female was already desexed, but the other two males, they definitely needed to be desexed, and I went, you need to desex those straight away.
Well, yeah, that'll take
Because you
a lot
really need to
of aggression out.
dominate them.
Yep. As long as they got that testosterone flowing, they're going to be harder to deal with.
Oh yeah. And then once she got them desexed, she recently sent me a video and she's just gone look at them. They've 100% changed. I said, yeah, because all they remember is you taking them somewhere. They passed out and woke up with no balls.
You cut my balls off, I would change it a lot too. I would imagine.
Like seriously. And she's just like, I don't understand why these dogs. I've gone, these dogs will climb into the lap or into the bed with anyone they think necessary. They're 101% totally about people. The ones you got were abused and stuff like that, but what? It took me 20 minutes and they understood who was the boss within seconds. And she's just like, he's going to chase the sheep. And I've gone, no, he's not. I've just clicked my fingers and he sat directly beside me. I said, he's not going anywhere. I don't tell him to go. And she's just like, okay. I said to her, look, it's as simple as this. Do you have that inner Karen in you, that inner bitch, that inner alpha? And she's just gone, yeah. And I went, use it. These dogs will appreciate you much more if you do. Like, use that, like that very dominant personality, saying what you mean what you say.
Even
You
if they
need
don't,
that dominant.
they'll damn sure respect her a lot more.
Mm-hmm. So I've been sent videos since, and it's hilarious to me because these dogs are curled up with kids that have never had any sort of that sort of love. Do you know what I mean? They're just like, she goes, they've come bound because of these pit bulls. And I said, yeah, because these dogs, once they attach themselves to people, it is what it is. They absolutely fucking love it.
Yeah.
Like their whole demeanor. And that's the one thing I learnt from Hooch was, it's like he had been completely fucked up by people. And I was just like, okay, I will never trust another fucking human being as long as I live, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And he was just like, hey, mama. And he was 100% for me. He had every right to hate people, but he taught me, okay, there are just some bad people out there. It's just how it is. And you know what I mean? It's just like, Mama, there's bad people out there, but you know, we'll deal with them if we come across it. We're just gonna do our own thing.
Mm.
So yeah, anybody that can help them, I 100% will appreciate it. Even you just send them like a fucking card saying we support you. That'd be good. They don't beg for money. They just don't. That's just, and that's the thing that made it wild to me is because they've got access to a billionaire that will 100% pay for everything. Yet, and she's setting up functions. She's setting up like a lot of fundraising shit. She really doesn't like to bother said guy. And I'm just like, okay, fine. Like, I get it, and I get you. And she's just like, you just like me. You really don't want any pats on an attaboy or an attagirl sort of shit. And I went, yeah, I just don't play that game. I can't. It's just not my thing.
Mm.
And she's like, you got the power to actually go and knock on his door and say hello, and he won't be mad about it. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I emailed him, let him know where I was going to be. I paid for the Skyrocket, I think it's called. I did the whole hang myself, like with, I don't know what you call those fucking rock climbing clips. And you walk around the outside of the fucking, before you get to the Skyrocket, and you walk around on just a grate, and then you hang out upside down, like down over, like, you can be sort of like 80 fucking rooms high, and yeah, no, you're still not going to be anything but an ant to this excursion. So I did that, and then my mate kind of like wrote me while I was hanging off the building, just goes, "Where are you? You've got dinner." I'm like, "Oh, okay, sorry, shit." So yeah, I just unhinged myself and walked around the corner. I just got out of my clothes, hopped on the fucking elevator and went up a level, and just sat down and had something to eat. I mean, that's what I love about my boys. They're unpredictable, but in such a good manner.
Yeah.
I think I'm
That's a
going to
good
have to
thing.
go again.
Hmm.
Oh my god, I think I'm going to have to go again.
Your head hurting you?
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Hey, I've been fighting
Eh,
migraine for about 4 days. It's been wearing me out.
I'm sorry, baby, but I'm going to have to go, otherwise I'm going to scream.
Oh yeah, go for it. You don't have to apologize.
No, I do, because I love you and I want to hang out with you.
You go take care of yourself. That's what's important.